Tonight we are interviewing Dr. Stephen Proskauer, the author of Karmic Therapy, Healing the Split Psyche. How are you tonight, Dr. Proskauer?
Just fine, Brenda. How are you tonight?
Very good. And we have talked before about blocked emotions and physical symptoms. Can you tell us, does Karmic Therapy fix anything about personality patterns?
Well, personality patterns are generally thought of as part of the basic identity or personality or character of an individual, and they're notoriously hard to change. What do we find out in our karmic therapy work about the basis for personality patterns? Basically, what we understand is that individuals have drawn false conclusions. Mental decisions have been made. Beliefs have been established based on past traumatic situations and misinterpretations of reality that took place during traumatic events. So let's say during childhood, a trusted person suddenly turns on you and abuses you. And that happens over and over again with the same person or with others. At that point, the child could make a decision. It's not safe to trust anybody. And that decision can influence the way they present themselves to the world. They become perhaps shy, withdrawn, unable to relax and be close to people. And always very distrustful, maybe even paranoid. Because that belief is operating long past the situation where they lost the trust originally. So you might say that the limiting belief there warps the child's view of reality and gets incorporated into the adult personality. Yeah. And there can be all kinds of decisions that kids make. Sometimes kids go the other way and say the only way I'm going to survive is if I strike back, if I fight back, because there are situations where you have to, you know, or you're going to die, and these often occur in past lifetimes, more primitive conditions. And if they pattern through to this life, you may get a very aggressive person who will be aggressive in situations where there really isn't any threat, because it's a habitual way of thinking. They've been sensitized to it, and they carry that belief with them. You have to fight or you won't survive. Right. Yeah. That's a little bit the opposite of the shy, retiring sort of person. Then there are people who are constantly being jerked around in the past. Their kids have been jerked around and in every possible way, from being jerked out of the womb with forceps to being jerked around in their lives by other people, parents. And they develop a tremendous need for control because they've been out of control all their lives, and they want to, what's most important to them is to be in control, to try to master reality that way, so they can become control freaks, even obsessive compulsive. Yeah. So you can see all these different patterns, and this is just a few examples, can develop out of actual experiences that have been repeated and then turned into beliefs that get ingrained independent of the current reality. And by tracking these beliefs back to their original point where they were established, we have a way of altering them. We can work with them. Because we can look at the belief, look at what it was founded on, and then raise the question, is this the only interpretation that can be made? Is this, do you want to stick with this belief? Right. And because you're not under hypnosis, you're in your adult mind while you're having this experience, you can say, no, that's not the way things are now, that's the way it was then. I don't want to keep carrying that belief. But you have to know where it comes from to make that decision. So that's how karmic therapy works with these personality patterns.
Wow, that's very interesting. Well, let's tell everybody that your book is available at razorpages.com. And I appreciate your time tonight, Dr. Crossgower.
Thank you. There's a whole chapter about beliefs and personality patterns in the book where I give more examples. And thanks for having me here.
Yes, thank you.